What's up, guys? Studfit here. We have another episode of The Rundown. This episode is near and dear to my heart in that it is featuring the Halloween tour. As you know, I'm a pretty big fan of Waluigi. But before we get to that, I want to be able to address the fact that we do not have Tabor here, and instead we do have Geeves. Welcome, Geeves.
Hey, thanks for having me over.
Yeah, man. Most people probably recognize you from Car Talk, where you've joined us probably more than any other guest. So we're happy to have you on the rundown. But it does come in parallel with the news that Tabor's actually decided to step away from YouTube and the 2 hours at a time every week to be able to spend more time with his family. And I highly respect that decision. Totally endorse it. I think it's the best decision for he and his family. This YouTube world isn't for everybody, and so I completely understand his decision. There's no hard feelings between he and I. I absolutely love Tabor, one of the greatest guys. He's just as awesome of a person as you would imagine through YouTube, and really, my channel is not going to be the same without him. However, this does open up an opportunity for you guys to get some different viewpoints, some different voices in the community. I know right now you're hearing a lot of the people that are our super stud members, which are our top tier memberships. So feel free to look into those. That will guarantee you an opportunity to be on Car Talk or potentially even the rundown now. But I think the goal would also to be able to have some different data gurus in the community jump in from time to time as well. And then later on down the line, once you're sick and tired of Jeeves or anybody else, we'll get some fresh faces in here as well. As you know, in Cart Talk, we had Kevin Garrett, we had Sergeant Spike, and this is just, again, from my perspective, I'm trying to get as many voices out in the community as possible and just kind of mix it up a little bit. I think I love so many of the YouTube creators, and they do such a great job, but I think one of the missions I've had is trying to get exposure to as many perspectives in the community as possible. Not everyone has the ability to launch a YouTube and get their comments and voices out in front of everybody. It does take a long time. It took me over a year before I hit actually just under a year before I hit 1,000 subscribers and was able to kind of take this to the next level. But I'm able to kind of use my platform to just pick other people up and bring them up with me. So I'm really I'm humbled. I'm honored to be in this position. And I had Tabor joining me for 11 rundowns. I just want to thank him so much for taking the time. It's 11 times 2 hours most of the time. Talking about 22 hours that I stole from his family. In my mind, it's kind of how I'm thinking about it. And then you're talking about Kart Talk. He was there for all 7 episodes, and so there's another 14 hours. So I want to thank you, Tabor, for everything you've done. You're a huge part of this channel. And I hope we can potentially bring you on as a special guest in future episodes, maybe in 3 or 6 months when you miss talking to everybody and seeing everybody. So I don't want to glaze over that. I just want to thank Tabor so much for that. Hopefully you guys still enjoy what I'm doing enough to continue to watch. But the goal would be hopefully we'll have G's one week and we'll have somebody else another week and kind of get some fresh perspectives. So with all of that being said, Jeeves, I am really, really glad that you were able to join us. I wasn't sure how we were going to handle this episode specifically, but I think it's probably been 3 or 4 months since anyone's heard your origin story. But how did you get into Mario Kart Tour? And tell me a little bit about what your favorite part of playing this game is.
Yeah, well, before I get into that, I just want to echo what you said about Tabor.
Yeah, sorry.
And I will, I will not. I am not Tabor. I'm not going to replace him. I am not going to fill his shoes. I think his shoes cannot be filled by anyone but Tabor. So, it is sad that he's gone. We wish him the best. I think he's making the right decision, and he'll always have a seat at our table. So, we wish him all the best. But anyway, I'm glad to be here. I started. It was a day one Mario Kart Tour player. I was, counting down the days when it was going to launch. I had no idea what to expect, if this was going to be a great game or a crappy game. I casually got into it, and then the pandemic came, and I was a pandemic player and really got in. I started, looking up, in YouTube on strategies and stuff. So, you can talk about, Go Shiny and Sammy D at Kart Life and Carlos. and then eventually you, when you did your strat of the week was were those were key. So yeah, and I've just gone from there, and then just got involved with the community, and it's been it's been great. So yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you sharing that story, and we've had different content creators. I will say, while we're on that topic, I watched Go Shiny and Sammy D at the very beginning. Later found Carlos and later found other great content creators. But this the strat of the week, the origin of that was watching these lines, and I was still figuring out how to play the game. I will say I probably should bring those back up again, just because I think we do have. I think we forget about it. There are new players to this game that are joining that like they just love Mario Kart. They didn't know about it during the pandemic, and they're just joining. And we can kind of see from some of Nintendo's recent behaviors that we do have some new players. So it's definitely worth revisiting. So I appreciate you mentioning that. I will say, kind of in Go Shiny's defense or others, content creation. It is a privilege, but it is tough, man. It is sometimes very difficult when you're having editing issues. The reason I stopped doing Strat of the Week to begin with was because my phone, for whatever reason, was just not saving the screen recordings. It was like a coin flip whether it was going to save it or not. So I just I just stopped doing it. I was like, this is so frustrating. But I remember back in an old life, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, I had like I was doing some fitness competitions, and I had an Instagram, and like my life was like, hey, I wonder if I could post a picture doing this, or I wonder if I could create a picture doing this, and like I literally saw the world in like picture opportunities, and because I was like so hung up in trying to like create content, and I think in general I never wanted that, so that's why I kind of keep my stuff to just like once per week. Is I really I love doing this content, but it can take over. It can like kind of change and morph your mindset. I'm a competitive person. I'm an addicted person, just like Tabor. So I can get a little carried away. So I have to kind of like keep a line between what I do and so it's always a pleasure interacting with everyone on Discord. I wish I was more involved, but we have so much fun. I will make this announcement now as we get into our members, because it's so important for me to be able to mention that we have such awesome members. We'll actually be doing a contest here in November. For the month of November, we do Monday multiplayer. Sorry, hold up. Member multiplayer Mondays, where we do like a 12-round multiplayer just for fun. Well, whoever collects the most points in the month of November, there is 1 week where I'm out of town, but whoever collects the most points gets to be able to join me on the rundown. So that is a prize. So those people who do not want to be the super stud, who they just want to come in as not a dud or a stud membership, take a look at that. If you'd like to be on the episode of the rundown, we'd love to have you join us. But that's a contest we're having in November. We have such an awesome community of super studs, and not duds. I'm just very honored for everyone on the screen. I never want to breeze past this because there are such awesome people here. Shoutouts to those who have the little M circle there. Those are our mods. They do a great job of keeping everybody in line. So I think from that perspective, we have a lot to get into. So Geeves, I don't know how you, if you had kind of the same reaction that I did, but if you want, go ahead and check out my my reaction video. I don't normally do reaction videos, but Waluigi was one of those characters I grew up liking. Mainly because everyone else didn't like him, and I just wanted, like you play Mario Party, everyone's picking DK, everyone's picking like these popular characters, and I was like, everyone keeps looking over Waluigi. He's cool, he's kind of lanky, he's got his cool voice, wah, and he's just wild, man. He's crazy. So yeah. I gravitated towards him, and I was pretty pumped. But when you open up the game and you were looking at this pipe, what are some of your reactions as you looked at these contents?
The first thing that popped for me was the cart. I forgot what it's called, but I call it Batmobile. I think a lot of people do. I mean, it just looks huge, and then it's got jump boost too, which is like one of the top skills. I mean, I know we don't really focus on skills much these days, but if there's a skill to have, that's the one to get. So if you're gonna get one that's got a huge hitbox, I mean, I was all for it. Waluigi, I mean, I'm not as big as fan as you are. I think there was a lot of speculation. I'm not going to name people, but there are people hinting that this was going to be the next coin boxer. And so when I saw his skill, I was actually quite relieved because I really need to save some tickets, and I didn't want to totally empty my stash on the next coin boxer, because then I would have been pretty much completely out. So now, I can try and get them once, and I don't have to really invest in it. So that's cool. And I think the Red Wings look great. I mean, Red Shell Plus is it's nice to have when you're behind in the lead and get a frenzy. So it's a good pipe. I mean, I know there's only 6 high ends, but I think it's definitely worth pulling for.
Yeah, lots to think about. You make a good point about the cart, and I was pumped about it. You heard me on the last, I think it was on the rundown, where I just said, hey, I'm looking forward to Waluigi, but I'm also saving some cart tickets because we saw the Crawley cart, we saw this cart, which looked pretty big.
There's a lot of carts going on, which I'm sure Tabor really enjoyed.
I bet you did, which it's actually probably easier to talk about here on this next slide, and then we have Waluigi Vampire. You saw my reaction. It's got Bob-omb Cannon. We heard some people thinking it could be Gigabomb. Some people were thinking double bombs. Some people obviously had the coin box theory, maybe even Boomerang. I was not impressed with this skill. However, this is kind of the swirling excitement within the community despite that. And that's that Bob-omb Cannon, I think Nintendo is trying to compensate for everyone thinking that skill is as terrible as it is. And so Nintendo essentially is kind of doing the exact opposite of what they're doing to Coinbox. Right now they're kind of like nerfing or kind of keeping a low ceiling for those Coinbox drivers when it comes to the number of tracks. But what it's doing is it's kind of doing the exact opposite for the Bob-omb Cannon. When you think about Peach Explorer, you think about Black Birdo, you're thinking about all these drivers. If you remember last year, Gold Dry Bowser had the most tracks for, I think it was like 4 or 5 months. So, when it comes to just pure coverage, they tend to overcompensate with these Bob-omb Cannons. So, that is something that they're trying to do. I don't think it's necessarily like a trend. I think they really they know people don't like that skill for whatever reason, and they're trying to overcompensate. Now, to me, I don't actually mind that skill. Especially in multiplayers, I
was going to say that.
Yeah, like multiplayer, man, you're just like blowing.
It's so much fun in multiplayer. So
it is. I mean, as long as you have like some kind of straight shot ahead of you, like like on Sunset Wild, it's a lot of fun because you're just like you're shooting over stuff.
Yeah, Royal Raceway is a lot of fun.
Royal Raceway is a good one too, man. So I'm not too upset about the skill, and I think there's only having 2 city tracks is nice. But overall, yeah, these skills, if they're not Coinbox, they're going to get overshadowed one day. But he's one that I got and I'm stashing. But as for the carts, like I can't.
Yeah.
There's not enough cart tickets to throw on everything that you want to on this tour. Both the Vampire Flyer and the Red Crawley cart have massive hitboxes. Now, I made a bold move. I did take my Vampire Flyer, which only has 1 city track. I really want to get that out there. I took it to 7,595. So my perspective, yeah, man, I went all in.
That's awesome.
The main reason is that hitbox. It is only hairs smaller than the off-roader. It is bigger than the Crawley cart. And that's thank you to Curtis and his contribution there. If you're driving, so I'll let you know. I opened up this London lap 3, and I went to use my Zoom Broom, which I had at level 4. I was pretty pumped. Never had used Zoom Broom before. It is terrible.
Horrible.
I hate the way it handles. Do you feel that way too?
Some people like it though. I don't know why, but
really? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Sammy probably likes it, but
I think he said that he doesn't like. I think he likes the shape of it, but I think I remember him saying like he didn't. I don't think he hits as much as you and I do, but it is hard to. I'm a hard turner. I do a lot of hard turns into the invisible wall, and so I have just a hard time just like whipping it into. I don't know why. I drop combo a lot with it, and then I used The Vampire Flyer, it is so smooth. I absolutely love it. It's got like these big chunky
It drives
wheels.
nice, and
Man.
that zoom room, and I get distracted with the drift sparks. It just throws me off a little bit.
You're
I
like,
mean, I
oh,
know
it's gonna hit me.
it's shiny, but it's just. But you know, on the sake of these carts, you know, I want to say that I think they brought these carts in is because we just had Anniversary Tour, Connect Tour, you know, we had Bounce come in, and people are just spending tickets, and I think a lot of people like me, I mean, I can't take that up anymore. I mean, I can get it maybe to level 3, but I don't have any tickets. Everyone used their tickets for like Anniversary Tour, saved up for that, and so now Nintendo's. I think they did that after first anniversary too. I forgot I forgot what they brought up, and yeah. So
did you let me ask you this: your tickets, were they spread around, or did you kind of put them all in one thing, or what took your anniversary tickets? Yeah.
I went.
Do you remember?
I had a lot of like catching up to do. One was I think Crawley card that I just didn't have, like, you know, maxed out, which I should have. You know, those B dashers. You know, I put some into that. But there's just so many. Like, you know, like
well, the B
dasher,
dasher, B dasher pipe screwed us up, man.
Yeah, so it's, you know, there's so much. You know, there's so much to pick from, so you really got to be careful. But these, I mean, with just the hitbox themselves, I mean, it's worth going and putting tickets into, even if they don't have like a lot of track coverage. It's just worth it.
Yeah, that's the other part about it is like for me, you know, my mentality is new items always trump old items, and that because you could potentially. You heard Kevin Garrett talk on Kart Talk. Definitely check out Kevin Garrett. He talked about, you know, hitting like 80% of your max volume. It's different for items that are in a pipe versus a special pipe, and you know, I think he said 80% by like 6 tours later. So I think like from that perspective, you're hitting it as he's getting new tracks. The old tracks I have covered, man, and I think you and I are probably similar to that. I do think that maybe players who are not as whalish maybe have to be a little bit more risk adverse, and maybe this is too bold of a move. But for me, I have a lot of carts, and the thing is, like, I'm saving up. Like, I just didn't spend a lot of cart tickets over the last 3 tours, and I think I had like 14. And I'm like, I have so many tickets, and then I dump it all in one thing. I'm like, now I have 0. So it's like, no matter how many tickets you have, there's not enough tickets to take.
But I would, you know, I would try to communicate to those that aren't whales and stuff. These are good carts, and if you can make the investment into them, get it. That's all I have to say. If you want to put some money into it, it's worth it. So that would be my go away point from these. You go in for the carts, not the driver, especially in the week 1.
Yeah, I agree with that. We'll get to some of these items as we talk about packs and talk about pipes, but I love the Vampire Flyer. I love the Red Crawley cart. The gold items are interesting. I'll be honest. All these items look great, like aesthetically look great. Now the downside is you have this stigma with Halloween items. Think about Ghost Ride. You think about Luigi, King Boo Luigi Mansion. You think about some of these pumpkin carts in the past. They just, for whatever reason, don't get as buffed as other items. Is that like a Halloween curse, or, you know, one of my thoughts is I think Nintendo is making a purpose to go out of their way to flip whatever script is out there. So whatever the masses feel like is happening, Nintendo is going out of their way to say, "No, gotcha," and flip it around. So, you know, and like whether it was, you know, kind of getting rid of all these mini turbo carts, or kind of keeping the ceiling on the coin boxers, whatever. Some of these trends I've mentioned in the past. I think that this is probably the most saving tour that people might have. They might go into the special pipe, but I hear so many people saying, "I'm just not going to pull on that week one pipe. I like these items; they're cool, but I'm still safe. I'm licking my wounds from these last 2 or 3 tours where I ran out of rubies. I gotta save. I gotta save. I'm not. I can't afford to pull. So I see a lot of people overlooking this pipe. And you know what happens when people overlook pipes? Think about Black Birdo and her pipe and the Black Turbo Birdo. Everyone was overlooking that pipe, and then all of a sudden, boom, she went bonkers. Same thing with Fire Rosalina and all these drivers and karts and gliders that people overlooked. That seems to be what Nintendo says. Like, I don't even think they have a plan for each of these items until they see if we've pulled it or not, and then they're like, oh, they didn't pull in that pipe. These are the ones that are getting all these buffs. So that's, I think, my mentality that they'll have it. But for me, there's 3 reasons why I went all in on this Vampire Flyer. One, the hitbox, huge hitbox. One of the things that came up in the ER server, I believe it was Kronos. He took his brown off-roader, a cart that I forget even exists most of the time because it's nowhere on any top 10 list. It's nowhere on any other list. He took it to 700, and I was like, what in the world is going on? And then I thought about it. I was like, that's actually really smart because of how big its hitbox is. It's always going to trump another cart. So
that was before the time we thought hitboxes were important.
Yeah, well, I think
at least personally for me.
yeah. Well, I'm trying to remember if that happened. That might have happened right around the time I was coming out with a hitbox, but it was definitely when my mind was thinking in that thought process of hey, if it has the best hitbox, then go that direction. Because even if you get 2 extra coins from having that large hitbox, that would make up for a Rocket Start Plus, or that would make up for as many mini turbos as you get from a mini turbo plus. So, just thinking about that, those 2 coins. I know I was using. I think right now in ranked, I was using Kamek on the head honcho. Head honcho obviously being a really tiny cart, and then you have a medium driver, which is Kamek. And I just was going in between coins all the time. I mean, you think about that first jump as you're turning left, and just right in between 2 coins. But then I would use another card. I would say use this card. I could get 2 coins. So those that hitbox means everything. So why not invest in that? So from my perspective, that's reason number 1. Number 2, I think people might be overlooking this cart, and then there's might be the thought process of 3 again. Overlooking this cart because of the pipe. This being, a pipe that people are still saving from and licking their wounds from. And then third is I do think that Nintendo wants to buff Halloween items because we all are expecting them to not. So it's kind of that reverse psychology aspect of it. What do you think about these gold items? We have the gold pumpkin cart and we have the gold wings. I love both of these wings, by the way. I love the dragon wings look. But we got a coin glider, which I know it's got it's polarizing. People either love it or hate it. And then you get the gold pumpkin cart. What are your thoughts on some of these items?
I mean, aesthetically, the gliders look great. The gold ones, I'm not really too keen on the gold pumpkin cart. I mean, I almost want to compare it to the gold barrel train or something. I mean, it's
just on
small.
how it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, for me, it's all about card size and hitbox. So, I mean, I'm not going to be pulling for that. I mean, I have some personal reasons why I might go into that. I do have the gold swooper. I think I'm 2 or 3 away from taking up the level 7. It's already double on caps, so I'm that'd be a really nice boost for that. I was really surprised that Gold King Boo is the spotlight. But after thinking about it for a while, I think has that been offered before?
It's been in other pipes.
I knew it was a gold pass gift
originally, yeah.
But I don't know. Has it? I'm not Tabor. I'm not Tabor. But I can't. I don't know if it's been I don't think it's been in a pack, has it?
I don't think it's been a pack, but it's been a lot of pipes, a lot of the gold pipes. I would maybe a lot before? Is exaggerating it, but yeah, it was in a gold pass gift around this time last year, and then it's been in some pipes, but not as a spotlight. So this is nice that they're bringing it back as a spotlight. It's because it's kind of Halloween boo.
And I think it's giving an opportunity, a better opportunity for newer players to get a hold of it. So, I think you got to think about that a lot, as the new players or the players that don't, invest a lot just to throw something at them and try to get them.
Yeah, I think if I was a new player joining this game and I was seeing all these new items and then like these old items I'd like, it'd be tough for me. I'm like I'm just trying to keep up, and like I am a whale who's been playing the game for a year and a half. So
Right.
that part's tough. I will say, just to kind of wrap things up when it comes to these new items. This is kind of a city tour, but kind of not. We just have those. We have 4 tracks, so it's kind of more, but we're not seeing like in Sydney. We saw like the old Sydney and the new Sydney, and then we just got out of like this massive city tour in the anniversary. So to see some of these items, I mean, some of these items only have one city track. You think about Vampire Flyer, Gold Pumpkin Cart, Gold Wings, Vampire Wings. 2 items have 2 cities, and then the Magic Parasol is the only one with 3 city tracks. So, I don't know. Coming out of that part's nice. And then all these items, hypothetically, should be useful next tour. If next tour is still kind of a part of this autumn, series, I do foresee kind of like how some of the items that came out last tour are applicable this tour. Very similar tracks that are in all cup ranking, etc. So I can see these being, worst case scenario, if you invest in them, maybe help you the next 4 weeks in ranked if you think about it that way. Just because we're kind of wrapping up this autumn celebration. Good. All right. So as for the items that are in the pipe that are not spotlight, no changes there to the drivers, no changes to the carts, and no changes to the gliders. So you always something I like to point out, because you never know. Sometimes they've been sneaky in the past, but it sounds like this has been the case for like the last 3 tours. So I expect no change there. Now we have the week 2 pipe, which it's interesting. We got some okay items. I think the 9% odds would be the only reason you'd pull on this, unless maybe you were looking for that crawly cart. Everything else, maybe Mario Halloween, but he's been in other stuff too. I don't know. This is just one that I would highly recommend just saving for next tour. We just don't know with this question mark tour coming up what kind of pipes they'll have. I mean, we'll get to it here in a second. What we do know about that tour, but none of these items catch my eye. Is this gonna be in a pipe that you pull on, Geeves?
Uh, I will try to. The only reason why I pull on it is if I have a reason to level up on a driver that's maybe at like 5 2/3, or to get them to that one. Like I know my the chocolate banana crepe. I think I still only have that at level 5, and it's maybe 1 away from 6. So I'd like to try to bump that. And with the difficulty just trying to get high end glider tickets in the shop, I'd rather just try to get it out of the pipe. But it's again, it's a risk. So I'd really have to think about it. The other one is Rosalina Halloween. She's her main track for me is the Rosalina's Ice World T, which I was kind of shocked, because on the second week of ranked, that's going to be on it, but they added Pink Gold Peach for it. So it's like, okay, well, maybe I don't need to worry about buffing her. So, I mean, it's I would say for most people, they're going to pass on it. I would actually rather spend my tickets trying to reset week 1 and get those cards. I mean, that's how excited I am about those cards.
100%. I agree with you. I don't think I need to even say anything more. This is one to avoid if at all possible. As for the special pipe, we kind of alluded to some of these details, like King Boo Gold being a spotlight. That is the only spotlight in this pipe. Everything else is at random. My personal prediction is that we do have that one spotlight, and then also 1-1-1. So a total of 2 high-end drivers, 1 high-end cart, 1 high-end glider, for a total of 4 high-ends. That's my prediction. I think these drivers, you got 2 duds and 2 studs, one being a spotlight stud for the drivers, and then of course you have the 2 new items. I'm probably gonna very reluctantly pull on this pipe, just because I do want this new glider and new cart, but there's sometimes some of these last few days I've been waking up and I'm like, I don't want to pull on that because I know I'm gonna get a gold crane and I'm gonna get a gold egg and I'm gonna get
you're gonna get the gold pipe frame.
I'm not gonna get it. I'm not. Now these carts I could get to a higher level. I don't think I have any of them at level 7. These gliders, I think I have them all at level 7 except for obviously the new one. The gold swooper I might be similar to you. I might be like 1 or 2 away from 7, but I haven't really felt the need to put tickets in it, or like I haven't seen a track with it on it, even for All Cup ranking in a while. So you can kind of see where some of these items stack up. Your King Boo Gold is technically number 30 on our list, so that's even dropped, and that's a coin box driver. But then of course Dry Bones Gold is probably the most valuable item in there with at number 10 on our list. Obviously, many people like you and myself probably have it at level 7, so it's gonna be the one of those that we're trying to avoid. But Geeves, are you gonna be pulling on this pipe? What are your thoughts?
I would like to get the glider.
So of course you would. So are you gonna pull?
It's really tough because I think the popularity of a coin plus glider has really gone down now with the analysis of how much value it brings. I think a lot of people thought, oh, it's coin plus. This is the best glider to get, and we've learned over time that's not the case. So,
well, and maybe you can help explain because I do think that there are some newer players. I know we've been having some conversations with Danny Falco. Recently joined our channel, kind of a newer player. So tell us a little bit about the pluses and minuses of this coin.
What I've learned, and what people have told me is the coin plus is you only get bonus points for the coins that you get from the item ticket or the item box
from the item roll, right?
If you pick up a coin on the track or any coin that's fallen on the track from a coin box or whatever, you don't get the bonus points for those coins. So you're really not getting the huge points boost from those. So if you have a coin box driver and you're using a coin glider, you might be losing the chance to get a coin box and you'll get it replaced with a coin.
Frenzy. Yeah.
Right, in terms of frenzy.
Well, I guess technically singles too would also take place. Yeah.
On the other side of it, on any other driver that's not coin box, it's great because it helps maintain combo. And you get the bonus points out of it. So it's if you think that you're getting bonus points for every coin from the coin bar, which is what I thought back in the day, it's not true. So I'm not saying it doesn't make it I'm sorry, Sammy, a trash glider, but it doesn't.
Too soon.
You just gotta. I think you just gotta be. You have to look at the actual value of it is, and it was obviously not the way I thought.
Yeah, I think we're all in that case. I think the hate's gone too far, but yeah, if you're not using a coin box driver, I think that a coin gliders can be great. For me, it's like I'm gonna get that coin box frenzy. If I can get 2 more coin frenzies or something, I'm probably fine. But I mean, ultimately, it's probably better than a green shell or some other scale, but it's not as great. It's not as OP as we originally thought. Coinbox is really the only thing in this game that is actually OP.
Right. You really want to look at what the track coverage on it and look at what drivers they have on it. And if they have non-Coinbox drivers on the top shelf, it's very worth it.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, but I'm still not sure if I'm going to pull. I ended up, I think it was 1 ticket short from taking the Vampire Flyer to level 7, so I ended up going back into that pipe. I think I did two or three 10 pulls and ended up getting that card again. So I'm a little short on rubies. I might have to wait till week 2 to get some more, and then I might pull in this pipe. I may not. We'll see if I feel frisky. As for these packs though. I will say from my perspective, I've been putting studs or duds. I just kind of left it off on here. I will say I get to be able to explain my everything that I'm thinking on these packs. Which, for the most part, if you're either going to get these packs or not. You're not going to listen. You're not going to be like on the fence and decide to get one because I said stud versus stud. And maybe you do, but I don't think of my opinion like that great. So I just kind of do it for fun. But I will say I post up all this stuff on Reddit, and I've had so much support, so many great people on Reddit just say thank. I get I think there's like 1 or 2 people that send me a helpful award every single time I do it, and I thank every single person who gives me those awards because I definitely don't take those for granted. But I will say, I'd say 30% of the people there comment about why is this a stud, why is this a dud, what does that even mean. Most people want to gripe about like this was a sunsetting stud 2 weeks ago and now it's a regular stud. And they're not obviously watching the video because I'm literally explaining why it's a stud, why it's not, what that means. So for that sake, I'm just leaving it off. I'll talk with you guys and we'll walk through it. I will say the main glaring pack here is Pink Old Peach. Why is she in a pack? What in the world? There's only one way to explain it in my opinion, and that's because there are new players apparently that need her to get her to a higher level. She's obviously in 100 pipes as the non-spotlights. She's been around for a very long time. Of course, she's Coinbox, so she's technically a stud. I would put her under the sunsetting stud. If you need her, I guess get that pack. I mean, I don't know. I think everyone's probably I don't know if they might be stashing up on packs, and if so, and you don't have her at level 7, that one's a great one to go with. But I think this week, the whale pack, meaning like the one that most whales don't have already at level 7, would be this second pack, the 90 pack, the Black Birdo and the Black Trickster, Dark Trickster. This is a pack I was very, very happy to get 3 times because I've been loading up on these Birdo Blacks. I feel like I haven't pulled her any pipes, so I've just been getting her in packs and been getting her up. I did not have this Dark Trickster at all, so I was happy to get this. Very, very cool pack there. What did you go with these packs, Geeves? Did you this week?
I have the same feeling about the Pink Old Peach. I mean, she's just been, from day one players, she's just been around. She's been in packs. She's been in tier shops. She's been everywhere. So yeah, I agree with you on that. The Black Birdo one, I think it's great. I think we're starting to get into a phase, even with the day one players, is that they're probably looking to replace carts they've used on top shelf with better carts in terms of hitbox size. There's a lot of like I can't think of a particular situation, but let's say that I have a track that's had head honcho and I've got head honcho at level 7 double single uncapped, but if I had that dark trickster, I would totally pick that over that one.
Yeah.
So if I can start bumping some other ones up to replace, we might. I think that might be a direction that they're going with that as well. So I think it's a very good pack. I think Classic Luigi's good. I mean, it's pretty solid. I mean, Lucky Seven's obviously one of a better skills. I think he's in a Sunset Wilds that's top shelf that has been very helpful.
I think he's also in ranks next week. That's why they have him in that pack.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, he's
sure. I can't remember.
For somebody who started late. I didn't get him the first time around. It was like literally a tour before I started. So he's one I don't have a level 7, but I'll be getting him to level 7 after I get these packs. I like him overall, but I think if I don't know, if I'm he's been around for a while, so I think the average player is probably not going to get that. Like even like someone like Sammy who gets 1 pack a tour, I don't think he's going that direction.
No. And then the
Cat Peach.
Yeah, I don't like any of the cat ones. I mean, the Super Bell is just horrible.
Yeah.
And the skill on the glider it's kind of meh for me. So it's kind of hit or miss. I mean, it's all about coverage. I think with those, you got to look at what the coverage is and go from there. But like nothing that really, it's a beautiful glider, but if you look at it in that way. But in terms of value on I would probably lean that towards more the dud.
Yeah, I think for a whale, I think the best pack, most valuable would be Black Birdo and the Trickster, probably Classic Luigi, and then this Parasail Cat Peach, and then PGP would be the lowest. But I think if you're a new player, it's going to be PGP and maybe Birdo, and then Classic Luigi, and then Cat Peach. I think for like someone like like Sammy D, I think Black Birdo pack is going to be the one to go in. Hero of the Skies asks, lately I've seen and been noticing that Nintendo's been recycling packs from past tours. PGP was in a $20 bundle back in the LA tour, and then Cat Peach was a $40 bundle back in the Sydney tour just in September. What are your thoughts on this, guys? It's even interesting is you notice this premium challenge high end, this black donut. It was literally in a pack last tour. I don't understand exactly why they're doing it, but I think I think that they're just trying to do whatever they possibly can to get the new players access to things, and maybe they're thinking like, hey, this person. Maybe they saw value in it then, and like that's the other part is like most of these packs. It's because one of these items is a part of ranked, and that's the only reason why they're in a pack. And you alluded to it earlier, Geeves, is that Pink Gold Peach is a cup boosted on Rosalina Ice World, meaning that the Rosalina Ice World T, which is a ranked track, is in the Pink Gold Peach cup, and because it's the Pink Gold Peach cup, she gets moved from a second shelf to a top shelf. And this happens with all of the cups. So when you see Mario Cup, you usually see Mario on the top shelf. You see this all the time, and I didn't realize how big of a deal it is, but like really the Kamek Cup and the Pink Gold Peach Cup, those are like the biggest cups because each of those two drivers are elevated on those two cups, and really everyone else, like if Mario's elevated, like who cares? It's not that big of it's not a game. It's not changing what's possible. But with Rosalina Ice World T, you have a coin box driver on a track that does not have coin box ever. And in ER, we've actually been in the process of launching world records for each track. And we're like, how do we deal with this track? Because you have a world record of someone using PGP, and then you won't see PGP. The odds of having PGP, like that track on a PGP cup in the future is near impossible.
It's very slim.
So whoever gets this record is going to have it forever. This is my opinion. And so if we do allow it, or maybe we just don't. So anyway, that's a whole other story. But it is boosted, and so from that perspective, this pack might not have been as attractive before. But if you're looking at your loadouts on ranked next week, and you're like, geez, what do? I just need one more ticket. My shop is dried up. What do I do? She's there. And I think that is the impulse game that these Dolphins might be playing around with. And I think Nintendo's just trying to feed into that. I think for you and I, it's like, we get all our packs on Wednesdays, and, we're not like debating all week long. So I don't know. It's more for the debaters than anything else. But it's a great question, Hero. I love that question. And then we're talking about the commemorative pack. So we have this. We've already alluded to it being a very wide hitbox. This Spider-Man cart, as many have been talking about. I kind of read it in black letters there. Just get it. You can thank me later. I do think it's a great cart to get. But Edidle asks, what tends to be the short and long-term value for commemorative items? What are your predicting value for the Spider-Man cart? I'll let you start, Geeves. What do you think about this, about commemorative packs in general, and then this item specifically?
I think they're starting to get too many of them. They used to do this very seldomly, so I'm not really a big fan of that. And when they actually started doing that, I really didn't buy into it. I just didn't think it was worth it, but I'm kind of kicking myself because one of the gliders that I really wish I had, I think that a lot of people have, it's got a lot of good use in, is the Super Mario Brothers glider. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what it's called, but like the Super Mario World thing. I didn't get that, and I'm killing myself for not getting it.
Yeah, it's like a big collage or whatever, right?
Yeah. It kind of looks like The other one is the Happy Ride. I didn't get the Happy Ride when it first came out, and it's just seems like that it's everywhere. So, when they would have these very seldomly, um, I was like, I think it was really important to get those, but now it's like, I don't know. It's just
It's like
kind of
every
a
other
crapshoot
tour.
with it's a crapshoot with because there's like again it goes back to there's so many carts, there's so many gliders. Um, in terms of this one though, this is you got to get this one. Even
Yeah.
it's a crawly cart. You have to get it.
Gotta
So
get it, man. I'm 100% on board with you there. I have kind of the same sentiment. Being a pandemic player, meaning that I started as the pandemic started. I missed out on the 2020 glider, so I don't have that glider. I don't think it's come back, and if it does, I just missed it while it was actually being useful. So I remember being like, "Oh, I really want that. It's never gonna come back." And then the Happy Ride came, and then like that, so I had to get that. And I think overall, like there might have been a couple throughout 2020, but this year, man, yeah, they've been slamming it down our throats. They even recycled them again. I think the Happy
right,
Rides come back. I think it's been a commemorative pack 3 times, but yeah, it's too many. I think many of us were like, "Oh, commemorative pack! This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be like the next Happy Ride," and it just hasn't been the case. Even the Dark Hop Ride, oh bless its heart, it's been
yeah,
one that I've been rooting for so hard.
I
And
know.
I'm keeping my confidence up. I'm still believing,
Yeah,
Geeves. But the commemorative packs, for whatever reason, they don't have the same emphasis as they had in 2020.
right.
I mean, you nailed it. There's just too many of them, and just I think that hype. I think Nintendo, again, kind of like what we're talking about. Whatever we think is the rule, they're now making it they're going Bizarro World on us and making it opposite day.
Yeah,
So I think these commemorative packs in general, unfortunately, haven't been as powerful, and I think they've been going out of their way. For me, I love it because I can just put a minimal amount of resources towards it and get it up to level 3. And honestly, I debated on putting tickets on that or on this vampire flyer, but I just love this vampire flyer. I had to
so
spend the
awesome.
extra 2 tickets just to get it up to that level.
Now you
Um,
know that you're saying this into the world now. Nintendo's gonna just crap
yeah.
on you.
Oh
So
yeah, Nintendo's gonna make this the best card
yeah,
in the whole game. Well, I will say that the original Crawley cart was and is an awesome cart
oh,
for that
it's great.
coverage. Partly because I know they have the same exact hitbox, so don't. That's not what I'm
Mhm.
saying. But my goal is like it was a top 5 cart for a good 3 or 4 months. So
Yeah,
Nintendo, for whatever reason, Mario likes to only let like one of a series really kind of dwell in that top 10. Think about like the great sales that are out there. There's
yeah,
the Black Great Sale, and that is the king of all the great sales. Even though there's these the Star Great Sale is decent, but it hasn't had that power. And so I think Crawley Card has kind of sucked up maybe that Crawley Cart family's power too early. So I wonder how much. I think the ceiling maybe on this Spider-Man Crawley Cart might be a little bit lower, but I think you should definitely get it. It's gotten off some hitbox. Kind of going to our point earlier, you can't go wrong with a great hitbox.
no,
There's some tier shop items that I don't really feel like talking about.
no, we don't. Like, well, no, not the tier shop. No.
Just I mean, you can decide if you want Metal Mario. Token shop, you're gonna get it anyway. I probably don't even necessarily need to talk about it, but tier shop, I mean, you're only gonna get those unless you need to max out daily selects. All right, we got some interesting
Well,
stuff
can
here.
you go back really quick?
Sure.
I am kind of glad they put the poison apple card in there. That, but
For sure.
you can go on now.
Yeah, no, I'm
That's
glad to
been
have
kind of
it.
buried, and it's nice to have in the token shop.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna say, should I get that in the token shop or not? Like so.
Yeah, I know, but like it was nice because like
That part was
usually
nice.
like the token shops for for me they're just coins, but like
That-
that was the one that I think that's close to level 7 now. So
Yeah, no, if that was Metal Mario and they flipped, tier shop
Yeah.
for token shop, I would have been pissed. So I'm with you there.
like yeah,
Exactly. All right, so we have next tour, the finale of the autumn tour, this question mark tour. It's a versus tour. Not only that, it's a versus tour between Toad and Toadette, Jeeves.
oh
Can
god,
you believe this?
I
This is probably the number one reason why Tabor decided to quit now. Either that or his terrible 10 pulls that he did last time on Kart Talk.
it's
It's one of those two reasons. We have this versus tour with Toad and Toadette. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Jeeves, what's your prediction for next tour?
I mean, I was kind of let down when it was a versus tour, but no one likes them. But we'll do them. I think I'm just curious what the driver is going to be. The rewards, they're pretty decent in terms of, like, again, carts. I think carts are really focusing on carts because those are two decent carts to really to pick up. So, hopefully there's a new track. I would love a new nitro track. I think a lot of people are expecting that. So, and a lot of us might be disappointed.
Yeah, that would be my prediction. Is we're gonna be disappointed. It's weird that they're putting a versus tour at the end of this climax. I feel like it's kind of anticlimactic. Just based on how these other versus tour have gone. It's just been so lackluster. Do you think there's any way to fix versus tours? I know that's been a question coming up. I think even Knight Rosso asked, in your opinion, what will need to happen in the Toad versus Toadette tour for that tour to be a success, whether it's the alts themselves or the tracks, etc.?
I think just to make it more competitive, it's really a crapshoot of who wins this thing. I think you got to give people motivation to do something. I mean, I think obviously they're picking, everyone's doing a powwow, and probably Toad is going to get is the more popular one, so everyone's going to pick that, and it's just I really don't know. Maybe just better rewards. I don't know. The one thing that I really hate most about the rally tours is you don't get as many item tickets in the item spins in the the shops, and because they're replaced with other things, and
we like our item tickets, that's for sure.
I don't hoard the item tickets, which I wish some people, they have like 300 item tickets. Like, whoa!
I'm super jealous of that.
I try to not go under 30 by the time a new tour starts. So it's gonna be rough. So they're gonna have to do something because they suck. No one likes them.
Well, and that's the double-edged sword about it, is that if they actually had a really good reward worth us caring about, then we get really pissed off when everyone's colluding together. It's like everyone would go with Toad even more, but I think because the rewards have been pretty terrible, then we're just like, who cares what you pick? You could pick Toadette just for giggles or whatever. I always pick the one that doesn't have the most coin boxers. I know a lot of people originally were like, oh, I'm going to use all the coin boxers, so I'm going to get the ones with the most coin boxers, but you should get tokens instead of red coins. Right. So I was going the opposite direction. So I don't like it at all, and the tokens never go away. They're just always there. Just not fun, man. I think the one thing is if they somehow gave us I think if they gave us two different rewards, so a losing team would win this high end, and the Toad winning team would get this high end, and then the Toadette winning team would get this high end, and if they lost, then they would get this other high end that's not quite as great. So I don't know. I think if they had some high end tickets or high end drivers or whatever at stake, regardless of whether you won or lost, and if you would want to win because you would want the better of the two prizes for your team. I don't know.
Right.
I think it's a lost cause, but this is what the game is. It's got highs and lows, and these are the lows. It's just weird to have it end.
I think if you want to look at it in a half full or a glass half full thing, it's an opportunity to save some tickets, guys, or save some rubies. And
I think they'll give us I think they will give us some good pipes. That's what's going to make it really, really tough. And I think people. The downside is that we've seen this before. We've had this climax, and then at the end is a gold pipe or some kind of pipe. It's weird. To me, the climax of this autumn tour is this tour. To me.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm a little biased because I'm a big Waluigi fan, but we have these awesome carts. We have these awesome gliders with wings and everything. Like this to me is the climax of the autumn tour. Next tour, I don't know what they're gonna do. They'll probably just give us some freebies, but I don't know, man. I think they'll give us some nice pipes, maybe even a 12% odd pipe or something, just to like really get us out of the doldrums, but not something I'm getting excited about. I mean, I just don't know what's gonna be in a pipe that's better than a gold pipe. Like, what would they put in a pipe that would get you hyped?
I have no idea what they would do. Maybe put Party Time Lakitu back in one.
maybe, man. To us
Cat
Wales,
Peach.
Yeah, I guarantee next tour there will be a Cat Peach pack. You can guarantee that.
Oh, I will be all over that.
Hey, one thing I wanted to toss out there. I was looking at some of the data that Tabor was putting together. By the way, Tabor's still alive. Tabor's still playing Mario Kart Tour. Tabor's still putting together his data. And I
am not Tabor.
You're definitely not Tabor, but Tabor's still alive, is my point. Is that he may not be on YouTube, but he still exists. He's still going to be involved. So just keep that in mind, is that he's not walking away from the game like some of the other people that you've seen. So just keep that in the back of your mind. In fact, who knows? Maybe he spends more time in our server. So if that would draw you towards our server more, I don't know. And maybe not. Maybe he doesn't want to interact with me ever again. Who knows? But one of the things that he put together in his spreadsheet that I really wanted to highlight, and this is more for like the Reddit community. Go out to Reddit. You can download these all as pictures. You can save on your phone, zoom in and see all this. But these are an actual graph version of the drivers. Everything you see in green are drivers that are in the middle shelf on a track for either Shy Guy Ninja at the top or Yoshi Kangaroo, the boomerang driver. So what happens in this game is all the bots are, when you have a top shelf driver, all the bots are either a second tier or even a first tier bot. And if you select a second tier, then all the bots are top tier bots, apparently. So when you select a boomerang driver, you're hoping that a second tier driver, because they get 2 item spots, would be on that track that have Coinbox. So this shows you that there are, of Shy Guy Ninja's tracks, 17 of them are boomboxable. And that's a phrase that obviously makes a lot of sense. Boomerang, Coinbox. Sammy D technically takes the claim on that terminology, but it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure a blind squirrel would have stumbled across it. But the main point is that Shy Guy Ninja has 17 boomboxable tracks, and Yoshi Kangaroo, although he has less tracks, he got 3 big buffs this tour. He now has 16 boomboxable tracks. Only 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 of his tracks do not have a Coinbox driver on a middle shelf or a bottom shelf. So massive for him. He's only 1 away from Shy Guy Ninja, quickly catching up. This is kind of the same thing that happened with Shy Guy Ninja. I'm building this up. I'm probably going to take Yoshi Kangaroo and maybe next week even. I've been sitting on these tickets I was hoping to put towards Waluigi, but since he didn't have a good skill, I'll be probably reallocating them towards Yoshi Kangaroo. But the main point is, you remember this happened. Same thing with Shy Guy Ninja. He came out and he was quiet as a mouse for 2 months, and then all of a sudden, boom, he crushed everyone. He was at the popped up into our top 10, and he was massive. Right after King Babam Gold was kind of coming down from his reign there, and so but I think it caught a lot of people by surprise. I don't think a lot of people were expecting it. Yoshi Kangaroo, aka Bounce, will hit a peak, if not next week, because he isn't ranked next week. In the next future, I could see him being in our top 10 in a matter of 2 tours. So just putting that out there. He has 16 boomboxable tracks. Shy Guy Ninja has 17. Go look at Reddit. Download this. You can zoom in and see each one of these pink drivers at the top. These are all Coinbox drivers, and then it shows you which track they're all on. So really, really helpful information for you to take a look at.
Yeah, I mean, my personal story of it is I missed out on the Shy Guy Ninja. I think I had him at level 1 for a long time until it was almost too late. I mean, now I have them at 7, but I'm not a boombox person. I don't have the time to try it, but I want to have at least the opportunity. So I think I'm at level 3 right now with a bounce. So, I think you're onto something there, and that's kind of an interesting stat. I mean, 16 already, so.
Yeah, the downside, though, is of those 16, he does have a number of cities. He's got 10 cities, 9 non-cities, as you can see here. You got Chaco Island.
And if Nintendo is just going to start incorporating cities now,
maybe. Yes. It could easily be the case. I think everyone is... I know Sammy was harping on this during his reaction, was just like, hey, guys, I don't care if it's a city or not. Like, I'm using this person for ranked, and that's why I have it. And I think that's in general, like that is the mentality. I know from from watching Kevin Garrett, for talking with like Antilev, like they don't really invest in ranked. Like ranked is there. You get. I think for Antilev, he's like, 20 rubies isn't like that big of a deal. If I get second place, I get second place. Now for Kevin is, his margin for error is so small, being free to play, that he really can't put tickets in something that. Just for the ranked, not all the glitter is gold. So I understand that perspective too. I think that there's times where you can invest in something in ranked that also has long-term value. For me, I'm like you. I need to have that boomerang driver at a high level, because if I need it for ranked, I love just, I like being at the top of my friends list, and that's why I try to excel in this game. And really kind of try to take, for me, it's like I love triple capping things and like letting people look at my loadouts and be like, holy moly, he triple capped that. I can't. So for me, it's like I have to have Yoshi at 7, 1190. And I will get him there, maybe even as soon as next tour. But I'm not going to use it for all cup ranking. That's just too much work. So, of course, these 15 tracks that he's got that are boomboxable has to be in ranked for me to really get the most out of it. But even like a boomerang frenzy without a boombox is still good frenzy to have. You get a boomerang frenzy and a coin frenzy. It's probably similar to getting maybe a lucky 7 and coin, maybe just slightly less. But getting a boombox, that could be more than a coin box, but just takes way more time. So I'm with you there. I'm just highlighting the fact that he's got so many of these boombox tracks. What you can decide if you're a city hater or not. Like, take it for what it's worth. But that's some useful information to go forward to. Now for the drivers, they got 2 buffs. You got Fire Rosalina, which got London Laps 3 and 3R. With a total of 21 non-city tracks, 6 cities. That's good for her. Doesn't break the top 10 though. Then you got Kamek, who got 2 new tracks, London Laps 3T, and then the SNES Rainbow Road R. So he's got 13 non-city tracks, 7 cities. I've been loving using him for rank this week for sure.
Yeah, he's turned out really well. Kind of surprised about that, because he's still technically new, and I didn't jump the gun on him
soon enough.
I have him at 7, but I see a lot of people that already triple capped them, and I thought they were crazy, and they're being very rewarded for it now.
I love riding the new items, man. I took him to 1400. I think that tour that he came out, man, it's been awesome. He's been a part of ranked. He's been a part of all cup ranking. I've been loving the tracks that he's been getting. Nintendo is definitely, giving him his due. That is for sure. Kamek is an awesome
Absolutely.
driver.
Yeah.
Luigi Classic, as we kind of talked about, he's got 14 non-city tracks, 6 cities. These classic guys, man, are these retro guys, these guys that came out pre-pandemic. Unfortunately, just haven't been getting all the love. Now, of course, you'll see him every once in a while. You'll see, and like in this case, this week, Holidaisy once in a while. It's weird when it's always really, really odd. It always catch off guard when they buff him. But he obviously has 3 and 3 RT. Mario Baseball. This is the city driver of 2021. He's got 12 non-city tracks, 13 cities. It's a lot of cities. But he did get Remix Mario Circuit 1. Probably not using him, though, to go with his London Laps 3. Now Tanuki Mario, I don't. It's interesting. Apollo mentioned in our car talk. He's like, you guys went through the whole video, didn't mention Super Leaf, and I was like, I think we're just over it, man.
I think we're just done talking about it.
What is your opinion? While we're on the topic, Super Leaf.
To keep it family friendly, it sucks.
Well, I appreciate you doing that.
I'm not a fan of it. I was very disappointed, but this whole game, I compare it to professional wrestling. They will throw the complete garbage at you, yet they make you want to come back for more. So, I mean, it's like the end of a
pro wrestling is like.
It's like the end of WrestleMania, and the bad guy wins, and everyone's ticked off, but they're gonna tune in to the next show to see what's the fallout. I mean, it's the best business model. So,
Yeah, they got us by the balls.
They do.
Yeah. Well, for what it's worth, he's got 0 cities, so that's nice. He got through this tour with 2 buffs and none of them cities. Now the Chaco Island 1 and 1 RT, so that makes sense. I could see though his future buffs being like, think about it, like he got exposed to us back in the original Nintendo days, so I could see him getting like these original Nintendo tracks. Like Chaco Island is a great track to give to him. Maybe Donut Plains or something else that's kind of like classic-y versus getting like, these nitro tracks. I don't think they're going to give that to Tanuki. It's probably going to be more of this kind of classic nature of it. But he's got 10 non-city tracks to go with that. And then, of course, Tanuki Rosalina, what some are predicting to be the more powerful Tanuki. She's got same situation where 0 cities, but she's got 11 non-city tracks. She got the SNES Rainbow Road, looks like regular and T version. And then you got Birdo Blue, 4 non-city tracks, 5 cities. So good for her. It's nice. She's that's one thing I kind of glazed over. We've had rewards that were supers, but she was the exclusive one, right? It was only the top 3 got her. So I could expect her to just kind of get a little bit more power to her arsenal just because she's just a little bit more exclusive. As for the drivers, they got 1 buff. You got Baby Rosalina Detective, the ultimate city meme driver there. She's got 14 non-city tracks, 15 cities. And then Black Birdo, no surprise there. Still number 1 on our list. And of course, London Labs 3, a ranked track. So now up to 33 tracks. 22 are non-cities, 11 are cities. She's breaking records left and right. I'm sure you've even seen the picture of someone's phone super long showing all her tracks. It's a funny one. But yeah, 33 tracks is a lot of tracks. I mean, that's twice as many as probably half on this list.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But again, that's kind of the Bob-omb Cannon trend that they've been giving us. Builder Toad at 21 non-city tracks, 8 cities. Number 6 on our list. She keeps getting some very sneaky love. And then, as we're talking about Toads, Captain Toad, 19 non-city tracks, 2 cities. 2 cities is surprisingly low. And half of those just came this tour with this London Labs 3T. Holidays Each Year, 14 non-city tracks, 5 cities. I just took her to 6 and then threw some more tickets on her to take her to level 7. Even though I know she'll come back in just about 2 months away. But she's interesting. She's got room to grow. I will say that. She's only got 19 total tracks. But she's been a part of ranked here and there. She's interesting. What do you think about Daisy Holiday Cheer? I missed her the first time around, got her the second, and then I've been putting tickets on.
I got her when she was first around. So back in the day, I put a lot of tickets on her. She was in level 6 for as long as I can remember for me. I think single capped her for just when I could. But it wasn't until last tour until I took her to 7. So
I mean,
They
Alexa
just
7 driver is good to have at level
yeah.
7.
I mean, you can really see the pattern what Nintendo's doing is they're really giving the coverage to the crap skills for the coverage. And if you're okay with that, go for it. But if you really want the good skills, you're gonna have to get all of them and put a little more investment in those.
Well, and if you remember, I'm trying to remember when I said it. I think it was during the summer celebration where I talked about me. I was predicting that we would see some good buffs and some good usage from Bowser Santa and Daisy Holiday Daisy Cheer now before Christmas, before the winter tours, because Nintendo wants us to think these are really valuable, so that when we get a pack for Daisy Holiday Cheer, we decide to go for it. I meant for using that as an example, but I'm starting to see like Silver Star Shoot last tour was bonkers. I think I used it like I think 7 times, and it's one of those I have at 700. So for me, it was like I can tell like that's one of those that's going to be in a pack and for this like in 2 months from now, like during the Christmas winter celebrations that we'll have. I guarantee it's going to be these Christmas items that are getting buffs right now. So that's my prediction. Is we kind of saw this summer. We saw some like I think we saw King Boo Gold a couple times, and we saw that some of these stuff start to rise, and then they release the autumn tour, and then we're like, okay, now it's valuable. Let's go. And so we're building all this value. That's the reason why I think they are using her now. It's because when she's in a pack in a month and a half, we're going bonkers, saying, well, she's now she's good, even though 2 tours ago we were like, yeah, she's garbage.
Right.
It's just manipulating us. That's all it is. Daisy Swimwear, we got she's a popular one here recently.
She is, and I've seen a lot of people like max her out, which I think is great, and I wish I could do that, but especially with the triple bananas these days.
Yeah, I don't know. We got so many good drivers this summer. But I just took my Peach Happy to level 7. Still debating on if I'm going to do anything with a double cap, but there's just for so many we got Tuxedo Mario, and then Pedro Luigi, and then we got this Bounce, then we got Peach Happy, and then we got all these great Kamek. And so I think Daisy Swimwear is one where I can't keep up. I can't take everyone to all these high levels.
No.
She's going to be probably the one I don't. But there are a lot of fan favorites. I think if you're going to zig while everyone's zagging, kind of like how we talk about on Kart Talk, not a bad idea to take her up. I'm just not getting too excited. I mean...
Yeah, the thing is with the triple bananas, now that they fixed it, or made it better... we're paying attention to it more because, I didn't invest in these at all. I mean, the highest I had was Dixie, and I just got her through packs, and maybe got her, as the high end in a pipe, and so she increasingly got higher. But now I think last tour, I think Donkey Kong SNES or DK Jr. SNES was in a ranked, and I took him to I think I took him to 7 from 3.
Wow.
Because I'm like, okay, this is now just because of the skill, because of the skill alone.
Yeah.
If he had a crap skill, I mean, if it was still the old Triple Bananas, I wouldn't have done it. But it's a great skill, and you had that when he was in Maple Freeway.
Yep.
And you got a frenzy in that little tunnel. It was almost as good as a giant banana.
Yeah.
So, that changed the game a lot for me and how I look at at the triple banana drivers.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting for her. 27 tracks is a lot of tracks. I mean, look right next to her. She's got Dixie Kong's got 22 tracks total. So she's got 5 more tracks than Dixie Kong, even though Dixie's been around forever. Basically a whole year before her. But
it's just a lot more attractive now that they improved that skill, man.
Oh, for sure. But, 27 tracks, if you think about it, is a lot of tracks. It's interesting. I did not realize she had that many tracks. So, for those who are investing in her, you probably no surprise to you. To me, it's a little bit of a surprise. Worth keeping an eye on. I just think for me, it's going to be the one that falls through the cracks.
Yeah.
King Bob Gold, 21 non-city tracks, 4 cities. I think that 25 total tracks is the most for a Coinbox driver at the moment. He's number 3 on our list. He's obviously he's not. You're very well aware of King Bob Gold. He has been king of the summer. Mario Halloween up to 17 on-city tracks, 3 cities there. Penguin Mario to 18 on-city tracks, 4 cities. That guy, that guy is probably the goof of the summer. Penguin Mario. We were expecting him to get some love. I don't know. It's just a joke now. We have Toadette Explorer. So we got a couple Toadettes on the list. Now up to number 15 with 22 non-city tracks, 4 cities. Waluigi Bus Driver with 13 non-cities, 7 cities. Of course, you got the London Laps for obvious reasons. And then Wario Cowboy, 15 non-city tracks, 4 cities. And then Pink Yoshi, the new Pink Yoshi, 7 non-city tracks, 5 cities. Anything you want to add to this list, Geeves?
No.
We kind of talked through it as we were going.
Yeah, it's par for the course. I mean, I don't think anything surprising really stuck out.
Okay. So for those who got buffed for the carts, we have a lot of Mark IIs. That is for sure. We'll start with this classic B-Dasher. 1 non-city track, 11 cities. How crazy is that? In fact, I will pull up, just so I'm looking at the same time. I decided to kind of have that information as to which tracks they got. Let's pull that up. So we got a lot of carts that got the buffs. Yeah, Classic got London Loops 3, London Loops 3R, and London 3T. So Classic is really tying its roots to London for sure. Chemex Zoom Broom, 14 non-city tracks, 5 cities. It actually breaks our top 15, number 11 on our list, and I expect it to get in the top 10. I'm just not using it, man. Poor thing. So we got Rainbow Road R, Rainbow Road T, and then London Loops 3. So, I'm sorry, actually, the Remix Rainbow Road 1. Those Rainbow Roads, we already had stuff for. Most likely you got a high level stuff, and then you got London Loops 3. Got the Red B Dasher. That's your boy, right? You got a lot of that.
That's my baby right there. I got lucky with that one for ranked.
Yeah. What level do you have it at?
I have it at 7 and a single cap.
Wow. Wow. That's
Yeah.
massive. So it no surprise to you, got SNES Rainbow Road, SNES Rainbow Road T, and then the Remix Mario Circuit 1R. Interesting there. And then we got the Sky Blue, got Shy Guy Bazaar T, Shy Guy Bazaar R, and then Remix Mario Circuit 1. I think we're all pretty well stacked on the Shy Guy Bazaars, between like the Pink Wing and whatnot. But hey, we'll take it. At least it's got 5 non-cities. Both the Red Dasher and the Sky Blue both have 5 non-cities, 8 cities. Now for the carts that got 2 buffs, you got this Black Cat Cruiser, 9 non-city tracks, 8 cities. Actually, if I remember correctly, you got some decent buffs. It got the Shy Guy Bazaar R and London Loops 3 RT, so I think it's in ranked next week. Got the Ghost Ride. It's up to 11 after a full. This is the second. It's got a second anniversary, and it's got 15 total tracks.
Wow.
11 non-cities, 4 cities. Got the Green B Dasher Mark II. Let's see which ones it got. It's got the Choco Island 1T, Choco Island 1R. Yep, that's all we got for the Green B Dasher. And then the Green Double Decker. Got London Loops 3 and London Loops 3R. No surprise there. Obviously, be kind of a London-ish cart. And then got the Silver King. We actually saw it jump up a lot in the movers and shakers. Let's see what we got here. We got Rainbow Road, the SNES version, and then London Loops 3 RT. Big fan favorite, 14 non-city tracks, 7 cities there. Metal B Dasher, 3 non-cities. It's a pretty low number with 9 cities. Let's see which ones we got there. We got the Mario Circuit 1 and the London Loops 3 RT. And then we got the Pink D-Dasher, the coveted one you wanted, right? Did you end up getting it?
Don't remind me. No, don't remind me.
Oh, is it too soon?
It's too soon.
Chocolate Island 1 and Choco 1 are for the 2 tracks it's got for 4 non-cities, 8 cities. And the Pitch Hitter. Pinch Hitter.
Pinch Hitter.
Yeah, it's Mario Circuit 1 and then London Loops 3 RT for a total of 14 on-city tracks, 12 cities. And then the Pumpkin Cart, we got London Loops 3 RT and then 3R to get 17 on-city tracks, 3 cities. It's a good number of cities there, but you wish you could get a little bit more. You got the brand new Tanuki Cart, 0 cities, 11 non-city tracks. So you got the Choco Island 1 and Choco 1R. And
I see that. I see that one going. I see that one going places.
I could see it going places too. When you see 0 cities, 11 non-cities after the tour came out, and it's one of those that many people got. It's one that I did not get. I did not get. I got the Tanuki pretty quickly. So I did not get that cart. As for the carts that got 1 buff, the Crawley cart, I gotta love that. Got 1 track. Let's see which one we got. London Laps 3T. Got the Cream Bee Dasher. Got the DK Pass RT. Man, that one might be interesting for next week. Do you have that at a high level?
Which one?
The Cream. Not Karim.
Oh,
Karim.
I have it, but I don't. It's nothing.
There's a lot of options on DK Pass RT. I have it at 6 myself.
Nice.
I pulled it a lot. It's the most I pulled out of all of them. Dark Hop Ride, I think he also got the same. Dark Hop Ride got London Loops 3R.
That's your boy right there, right?
I know, man. It's got 14 non-cities, 6 cities. It's got some room to grow. The cities aren't overtaking it. I'll take it, man.
Waiting.
We're all waiting. That clock is ticking for sure. The Dark Trickster, our new toy. Let's see what we got there. London Loops 3T. And then we got the Double Decker, which we got London Loops 3T. We got the Grand Bandwagon. I was hoping the Grand Bandwagon would be great. It didn't get quite as much love as much as I thought it would be. Part of that tuxedo set. London Loops 3R for 17 non-city tracks, 5 cities. Still decent number of low city number there. Lime T-Coupe. Looks like we got London Loops 3. And then the Painter. We have London Loops 3 as well. Yeah, that's a massive card. What's interesting is I'm always waiting for can I please give me a reason to throw tickets on this? And then of course they gave me all these garbage options to put tickets on for the last couple tours. And then this track that we haven't ranked that happens to have this vampire flyer has all these cards I would love to throw tickets on. And also has the Zoom Broom, which I already have tickets on. It's got the Paint Stir. It's got all these options. And of course, I'm going from 1 to 7, throwing all my tickets on this vampire. It's bold, man. I'm still hoping it pans out. But Paint Stir got that London Loop that's in ranked. It's just the regular 3 version. And then Pink Dozer, that's in ranked next week. I might throw, if I can get some tickets, if my shop isn't shut down. It's got London Loops 3T, which I believe is in ranked next week. The Radish Rider, that's one of the old school items.
That's
they got the
old.
buff. Man, that's real old. That's like crusty old, man. It's got London Loops 3T. That one is collecting some dust. It's got 13 non-cities, 2 cities, for a total of 15 tracks. We got the Swift Jack, which obviously has been old too, but it's got a total of 22 total tracks, 12 non-cities, 10 cities with the London Loops T. And we got the Trickster with London Loops 3R, up to 13 non-city tracks, 3 cities. And then the Blue Turbo Birdo, the nice super there, We got
Yeah.
Shy Guy Bazaar. So actually, not. It's interesting we have a. We have plenty of I think we have plenty of supers on there. But anything you want
Yeah.
to add to any of these carts that got buffed?
No, I think it's kind of. I'm glad they've kept Blue Turbo Birder on there as a super. I mean, I'm surprised how much I've used it still.
Really?
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's just I think on one of the RMX Ghost Valleys I used it a lot before I put money or put tickets into the Silver King.
Nice.
And so it was nice to just I was able to max that out pretty easily in place of that. So I mean, it's not a huge hitbox, but it did the job. So I mean, for a super, it's very valuable. So
Yeah. Awesome, man. Good. Let's move into the gliders. We have two gliders, both Tanuki, that got 3 buffs. We got the Tanuki Parafoil got 3 buffs to 9 non-city tracks, 1 city. So we have Tanuki. Oh, give me 1 second. Oh, I'm not seeing on here. Not a big deal. The gold, we'll just move to the gold Tanuki glider. Gold Tanuki Parafoil has Shy Guy Bazaar R, DK Pass RT, and London Loops 3R. Those are nice to see, getting 3 buffs there. As for the gliders, they got 2 buffs. We got the Chocolate Donut with 2. Actually, a decent number of tracks there. It's got 19 non-city tracks, 4 cities. It got London Loops 3T and London Loops 3, just regular 3. And we got Ship's Wheel, which you probably are very familiar with because of ranked. It's got London Loops 3 and London Loops 3T. And then you have, with 8 non-city tracks, 9 cities. A lot of cities there for Ship's Wheel, but we still feel pretty good about that. The Silver Surfmaster, which I kind of predicted. I know Nintendo loves black stuff, and then silver stuff's not far behind. So that Silver Surfmaster. Yeah, I must not have all this information in front of me. I apologize. But it's got 9 city tracks, 9 non-city, and then the Yukata ribbon. This is the one that I wish that they would just retire. This is a hideous looking glider. But it's got 14 non-city tracks, 7 cities. And then we get into all these gliders that got 1 buff, starting with this Black Great Sail, man. It's got London Loops 3T, the rich get richer. It's got 26 non-cities, bro. With 5 cities. Holy moly, for a total of 31 tracks. Nuts.
Jeez. It's a beast.
Bright Balloons, 20 non-cities, 5 cities there. Butterfly Sunset, 18 non-city tracks, 1 city. Your favorite, the Chocolate Banana Crepe, 18 non-city tracks, 6 cities. The Gold Home Field Glider, a coin glider there, finally breaking our top 10. It's much predicted. Any of these Spotlight special new items always get strong buffs. So this was no surprise. 15 non-city tracks. It looks like 9 cities. So came out in that the LA tour, and it's already up to a total of 24 tracks. As for the other home field glider, the non-gold version, 13 non-city tracks, 12 cities. Jolly Bells, 15 non-city tracks, 3 cities. I saw a lot of people putting tickets on this, only with 18 total tracks. That's not a lot.
I saw a fair amount of people put tickets in that when that was first out.
Yeah, I know Telecom
has
it at I think he's got it at 700.
I think mine's still at 1.
Yeah, I don't have it at a high level, but I understand why. I think that they were expecting it to, and I think there were a long time had gone by without a coin glider. So I totally get it, but Nintendo's just done it dirty. Now, of course, we're a month away from it getting probably more buffs, so it's got room to grow. It'll come. I mean, I think out of all the holiday items, Halloween's been the most notorious, but Christmas has been one of the most paywalled, one of the most exclusive. I mean, I remember last year people were expecting Holidaisy to be in a pipe, and it wasn't. It was only in a pack. and we don't see
Right.
Reindeer Yoshi get like nearly as many buffs as other items. So they definitely kind of keep some of these seasonal items segmented from the rest of the population. Rainy Balloons, 15 non-city tracks, one city there. Rose Parasol, up to 19 non-city tracks, 8 cities. That's a lot. Much more than I thought. 27 total tracks there for the Rose Parasol. I only got 3 glider tickets, all of them like from awards, not from like my shop. And I took it to 6. I feel much better after seeing this slide. Obviously, I do like red shell gliders, especially for multiplayer and stuff. Like, I mean, it's an above. I'd probably rather have it than a coin glider, to be honest with you. Because how many times are you in like second, third place, and you're like, if I could just have a red shell, you get them all the time, all the time with a glider.
Yeah.
Poor soaring jack. And I'm glad that they gave this as an award. I did not have the soaring jack or the cart that came with the gold pass. So it's got 11 non-city tracks, 5 cities. So I have a lot of new items I'm trying to get the base points up on. That's probably going to be the lowest of my worries. But got Spider Glider breaking our top 15. It's been in the top 15 for a while. I'll take that back. 19 non-city tracks, 6 cities for a total of 25 tracks. It's higher than I thought. Then we get the Springtime Crane. Poor Springtime Crane. I was expecting big things from this. It's got 16 non-city tracks, 8 cities. I would have loved, but I love the look of that glider. Unfortunately, just hasn't been ranked. I haven't had the need to throw tickets in it. Not that I have tickets in it anyway, or glider tickets laying around. No one does, it seems.
Right.
And then we get the Sunny Surf Master with 15 non-city tracks, 6 cities, and then Treasure Map with 15 non-city tracks, 2 cities. Wicked Wings with 17 non-city tracks, 0 cities. Interesting to get the buff there for Wicked Wings. Geeves, what do you think, man? What do you think about these gliders that got some buffs?
I think it's fair. I don't really have complaints. I think, in short summary, I think it's nice that it's hopefully a sign that they're going to be incorporating some city tracks. Sporadically, but it's a long shot, but I think they're starting to put some emphasis on these certain carts and gliders that kind of have more emphasis on cities than non-cities.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Like, I really want to see like a general mix with all other tracks, but. If this is what they're gonna do and keep bringing back, some London, some whatever, I just wish they would bring back some of the, like the old tracks. Like if they brought back like London 2 and 1, and like they would do like all the London, all the New York, and like bring them all back at the same time. Like then that's when I start to say, all right, let's do away with the cities. But for now, cities have to remain separate. I just think you have to.
Right.
Hey,
absolutely.
Man. All right, so about the algorithm. Probably won't talk too much about that. We're crushing about an hour and a half here. We're doing really, really well, Tommy G. So you're doing a phenomenal job. Almost as good as Tabor, but not quite. I'm just joking with you. You did. I appreciate you, by the way, shaving. You look really nice tonight. Not hitting on you or anything, but it looks fresh, man.
Yeah.
All right, going into the
not
top.
Quite as precise as Tabor. His cut is just so even, neat. Yeah,
I'm jealous of his hair, man. He's got some.
Yeah, he's the sharp looking guy.
He's a spitting image of a 22-year-old. Like if you had no idea, I think he pulls it off really well. I got this receding hairline and struggling on my own struggle bus here. All right, we back to what we were talking about. I think we got this top 10 drivers. Berto Black crushing it. In fact, as we're pulling this up, I think I'm just gonna close out these other ones. Keeps pulling up the wrong ones. Good. So actually, let me cancel that. One of the things I wanted to pull up while I'm doing this is actually kind of how many points. So Tabor does a really good job of bringing this up. This is a little more sloppy, but Berta Black has based on how he structures these points, has 86 points. The next closest driver, which would be this Shy Guy Ninja, has 80.91. So basically a 5-6 point difference there. And you're like, okay, 5-6 points, not that big of a deal. Well, King Bob on Gold is less. It's 1 point away. It's at 79. Peach Explorer's at 79. Baby Mario's at 78. So like Builder Toadette is at 77. Cat Toad's at 75. So like you literally have all of these within 3 point difference of each other, and then you have all the way at the top Berto Black, and that's because of her coverage. So she just has 33 tracks. That's why she's the number one driver. Now there's a lot of other pieces that go into this equation. The fact that she has Bob-omb Cannon hurts her, and despite that, she's still crushing it. But she's got great non-coin box coverage. She's the queen of the game right now. If you had told me that 4 months ago, I would have said you're crazy. But it's happening. She's at the top. Can't deny it. Shy Guy Ninja and King Bob-omb Gold flipped from 2 to 3 and 3 to 2. Peach Explorer went up 1. She just keeps going up. It's like these Bob-omb cans. Nintendo's trying to compensate. Baby Mario Koala down 1 spot to make room for Peach Explorer. You got Builder Toadette going up 1. I guess getting us hyped up for next tour. Cat Toad fell 1. Mario Tuxedo, Donkey Kong Jr. SNES, and Dry Bones Gold, all holding down their spots at 8, 9, 10, respectively. Then, kind of on the outside looking in, at least for now, we got Luigi Painter, who was a former top 10. It actually fell 1 spot. It is now number 11, and then we got Luigi Lederhosen, which is down 1. We got Bowser Santa at 13. He had 13 last time, so he held tight there. Lakitu Party Time went up 3 spots. He's now number 14 on our list, and then Toadette Explorer up 1 spot to number 15 on our list. What are your thoughts, Geeves, on this top 10?
They're not surprising, really. Not after what we've talked about. Seeing the Peach Explorer is again, like these Bob-omb cannons. I don't know what they're trying to sell, but I think that's the way it is.
I mean, I literally feel like it's like the exact opposite thing that they're doing with Coinbox. Like, they know everyone wants Coinbox, so they're gonna
you've got King Bob-omb Gold still sitting there in top 5. So
even though he has 8 less tracks,
right?
Than
his
Black.
Skill.
Yeah. Oh, his skill helps him, and he's got. There's no denying he is the king.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
I think
anything else you want to add?
This is very fair.
Yeah, I think it's a solid list. And I think there's some debate on so many non-Coinbox drivers up here, but Nintendo's making it that way for what it's worth. As for the carts, we got a good list here. Rumby Runner back up in the number 1 spot, and I would expect it to be in the number 1 spot as we look at this upcoming winter. It's got a lot of winter tracks. I expect it to hold tight, probably like a happy ride style of 2022. It's an awesome cart. Now, the one thing about it is it's really, really close in points with this Black Turbo Birdo. Just in perspective, the Rumby Runner is at 82, basically 82 points, and the Black Turbo Bird is at 81. Painster's at 81. So those are kind of like the top 3 in its own tier, and then it's got a massive drop. Like we're talking a 5-point drop towards the Secure Quickshot. So Painster, it's sneaky. It's really neck and neck between the Rumby Runner, Black Turbo Birdo, and Painster, even though the Black Turbo Birdo and the Rumby Runner switched places there. But big drop off to Secure Quickshot, which holds down at number 4. Purple Bunny holding down number 5. Inferno Flyer holding down number 6. And then we got a couple switch ups here from 6 to 10. Sunny Surf Sailor went up 3 spots to number 7. The B Dasher Mark II, after getting all of its hype with its special pipes, down 1 spot to number 8. We got the Crawley cart up 2 spots to number 9. We gotta like that, but that's not to be surprised coming out of an autumn celebration with a Halloween tour. And then the Cacti fell 1, but I do expect that to go back up as we enter into winter. Then we got Chemex's Zoom Broom, which went up 6 spots.
6. Wow.
6 whole spots. So broke the top 15 at 11. I expect that to continue going up. It actually probably, that and Kamek, the driver, and even the Dream Glider, man, all of them, the whole set is pretty valuable. We'll see how high it goes up. Then we got the Black Dozer up 1 spot to number 12 on our list. We got the Rose Taxi down 1 spot to number 13. We have the Grand Badwagon, which we already alluded to, number 14, holding down that spot from last tour. And then the Jet Cruiser up down 7. Oh, man, Aussie Cart must be pissed,
Aussie Cart, man. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, yikes. It's maybe not the best time to have a Jet Cruiser.
I mean, we're getting into the winter months, and it's
you got to winterize it, man.
Here,
you got to put it up on a shelf.
People are putting the boats away.
Now, of course, I will say,
but not in Sydney.
Yeah, well, I will say, as we're entering winter, Sydney's actually entering into summer. They're being in the southern hemisphere, so I just don't think they care. Unfortunately,
no.
Anything you want to say about these top 10 carts, Geeves?
No, I mean, I still wouldn't. The only thing is, like, I still wouldn't put any tickets on the Zoom Broom, even though it's moved up. I just wouldn't.
I mean, if you like how it handles, I mean, everyone's a little different.
Right.
If you like it, go for it, man. It's well worth it. But I'm not putting tickets on it. I have it at 4. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. No, I have no complaints about it.
If I have to use it, I will. But man, it's rough. I mean. And that's even with pumpkins everywhere. Like this should be easy to just keep combo and stuff. But I don't like it.
No.
So out of these top 10, even for like a whale like yourself, how many of these top 10 do you have? Because again, we have so many carts. Like this is now where we're at.
Looking at it as a whale, like I'm glad that I've put a lot of stuff in the Rammy Runner and Painster. I mean, Painster was actually the first cart that I maxed out in everything.
Awesome.
I was always someone that said I'm never going to triple cab a cart, and because there's again so many of them.
Yeah.
But that was kind of I was sold on it very early, and so I really went in. So I'm glad it's still hanging in there. I really haven't done anything with Black Turbo Roberto. I mean, I don't have it maxed out. I mainly it's probably because it's a hitbox or anything. I just have other stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm really riding on that Rammy Runner. I mean, that's been huge, and it's been it's replaced a lot of older carts that I've used. Again, I think we're going in the theme of, people that are, dolphins, whales. I think they're going to start looking into what can I replace this crappy small hitbox with now. So, and now we're looking at that. Like I got my eye on the Batmobile now. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that might replace my Macaron because it's on Maple Treeway T, and so I use Santa Bowser but with a Macaron. Yeah. And if I had that, I mean, so, time will tell.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think we kind of have opposite loadouts when it comes to these carts. We have, like, I don't have the Rumby Runner. I don't have the Secure Quick Shot. I don't have the Inferno Flyer. I don't have the Sunny Surf Sailor. So that's 4 of the top 10 that I don't even have. But I have the Black Turbo Birdo, the Purple Bunny, the Crawley.
I don't have the Purple Bunny. I mean, I have it, but it's low.
But I have all those at level 7.
I think
at least double uncapped. The Crawley card I have triple uncapped because I just love the hitbox and it was crushing it for a while. But yeah, I mean those are 2 whales who only have 60% of these. That just shows you we have too many carts if we're struggling to even have them. So, but it's interesting. Even with that being said, we have the opposite ones high. I don't have the Rumby Runner high. You have it high. I have the Black Turbo Roberto high. You don't have it high. You have the Painster high. I don't have the Painster high. Shout out to Godboat. I remember he took his to level 700, and it's paying off for him. That is for sure.
And we're all still happy.
We're all happy, man. It's a little too many carts, but we're finding a way
Right.
to remain happy.
Absolutely.
As for the top 10 gliders, black things rule. That's the lesson to be learned here. We have the black rate sail, the undisputed number one glider. You know how I've been talking about like some of the biggest differences between some of these have been like maybe 5 points different between like the number one or number 3 and the next one down. You want to guess how big this gap is?
It's big. What is it? Well, I'm looking at your sheet, so I can't.
Yeah, it's basically 11 points.
Yeah.
11 points different. So twice as big of a drop as any of the other items that we just talked about between carts and drivers there. So it's absolutely massive. It's going to hold down that number one spot for a very long time. Black toe beam balloons. It's number 2 here. Obviously, no movement really in our top 5. These have been the place. I will say, I double uncapped and threw a couple tickets on this black toe beam balloons last tour when it was in ranked. I just want to clear the air. I actually like the glider. It's black, so it's gonna be good. I think what caught me off guard is that analogy of like watching the waves crash ahead of you and trying to predict in bodyboarding or in surfing, you're like trying to predict what's gonna be that big wave to take. I think that was a Kevin Garrett analogy. Well, I must have been looking somewhere else because I missed that little blip wave and I totally missed it. And then it came up and I was like, oh, here it is. And now I'm riding it. So I just want to let you guys know I am riding this wave. I like the toe beam balloons. I just totally missed that first wave. And that's okay. We don't see everything.
Right, and it's totally understandable with the lack of glider tickets we get. You got to be really careful what you do.
Super stingy for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so no change.
So Nintendo, give us more tickets.
Please, Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah, no. In fact, that's one of the biggest things I'm excited about for this premium challenge is I think the glider ticket was like, thank God. And then we got it as at the very top when you get all your grand stars. That's a glider ticket. Very happy about that.
Right. Yep.
Rounding out the second half of our top 10, it's gold home field glider up 2 spots to number 6. You got the glinting glider holding out number 7. You got the silver manta glider. I remember it was in that top 5 before, down 2 spots to number 8. Bright balloons up 1, sunset balloons down 1, and number 10 on our list. As for the items that are 11 through 15, we got the flying easel up 1 spot to number 11. Dry Bowser umbrella seen better days dropped down 1 to number 12. We got the Surfmaster and the Strawberry Donut both holding down 13 and 14 from last tour. And then we have the Spider Glider up 2 to number 15. We've seen that on the fringe as well. What would you like to add, Geeves, about this top 10 glidering list?
I think the Spider Glider is slowly doing something. Yeah.
The Spider
Glider. I don't know. Yeah. Moving up to. I've been a huge fan of the Flying Easel. I took that up to 7 just recently.
You really like that.
I like the French. I'm like the French connection, man.
Okay. All right. I won't ask more about that.
So no, not much. No, I think again, black rate sale just rules all. I mean, if you get that when you can, put in all you can. I'll put all you can on it. It'll do you well.
Yeah, I saw John Boy take it to 7,700 just yesterday.
I did that. Well, I did that. No, I did that last week. What did I take? I took the Silver Star Shoot, the 7,700.
I love that move
this week.
But
I think just with up and comers, with if they're gonna put in new tracks and stuff, I think Spider Glider might be one. I just have a hunch on that.
I don't know about that. I'm not on board on that.
Okay.
I think it's peaking right now because we have you saw the Crawley Cart, get some love. We're in like an autumn tour, Halloween tour, spiders. I see like it peaking and going back down. But who knows? Maybe Nintendo's listening to this and saying, I like that Geeves guy. He's cool. Way cooler than that Tabor guy. Let's go ahead and buff that Spider Glider. So we'll see what happens.
But I'm all for. My big one right now is Flying Easel. I think that was just because of the rarity of it. It was hard to get. I think it was in it was Spotlight once, and I don't think you can get it anymore.
Yeah.
So, and it was the same thing happened with Painter. So,
No, I like it. I did triple uncap the 8 bullet bill.
yeah,
kind of a gut move.
That was smart. I haven't done that. I haven't put anything on that one. It's this whole we have this whole opposites kind of thing going on.
Well, and that's what's great about it is like the more you cover these tracks over here, and I'm trying to cover these tracks like it's to Kevin Garrett, it's like a sandbox. Like literally, as you fill this gap over here, you have to fill this gap. You have to compensate. So we're just filling it out differently, which is totally cool.
Yeah.
I think that part of that, some of those moves have to do with you being in ER, because I noticed like God Mode did a lot with the Paintster stuff and a lot of those moves, and then I think there's a lot of big fans there in ER that took the Silver King and a lot of those Rumby Runner. So I get it. I always felt jealous, especially the Rumby Runner. That's such an awesome cart. For the top movers and shakers, looking at the drivers, Tanuki Rosalino went up 14 spots, the most of any of these drivers here. Penguin Mario went up 13 spots. He's top 20. Hey, so that's interesting. I'm not buying it. I'm not going to be throwing tickets on him. But then we got Mario Baseball up 8 spots to number 50. Peach Happy, I think this has to do with her being in ranked, even though she didn't get a buff. Up 7 spots to number 19. I love her. Just took her to level 7. I am loving her. I'm debating on whether I want to be able to double uncap her or not. Let me just close this here real quick. And then Dixie Kong up 7 spots to number 25. Daisy Swimwear up 7 spots to 37. Yoshi Kangaroo, we kind of talked a little bit about him, up 7 spots to 60. Blue Cooper Free Running up 7 spots to 74. And then Kamek just barely outside. I know he will be a top 10 driver. That is for certain. I
expect that by the end of the year.
Maybe even sooner than that. He doesn't even have that many tracks right now, but he's just a ranked machine. He is crushing it. He's now number 16, just on the fringe of that top 15. And then Funky Kong, number 42. Poor Funky. I love Funky, but man, that's not great to be at 42 on our list and having been out as long as he has. As for the carts, Red B Dasher Mark II, one of your favorite there, up 33 total spots, but still outside the top 100. That's okay. It's a new cart, but that's had the most raise of any of the carts, let alone any of the Mark IIs. Yet the Blue Turbo Birdo went up 19 spots. That's great for a super there. Black Cat Cruiser, which we alluded to, number 83 on our list, up 15. And then Pinch Hitter, we kind of referred to it earlier, up 13 tracks to number 28 on our list. Then we got a couple Mark IIs in there, along with the green double decker. Nothing really stands out, but that Silver King, number 18 on our list, destined to be in the top 10. I really do hope so. It went up 8 spots from 28 to 18.
I mean, that's not bad for that. I mean, as young as that card is, I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Anytime you're talking about top 20, especially top 20 in an item that came out within the last 2 months, that's phenomenal movement. I continue to see. I mean, you see it all the time in ranked. You see it all the time getting buffs. It's a great card. It looks freaking awesome too. I love all those kings. Yeah. Most improved gliders. I wouldn't say a lot stands out. The Tanuki Parafoil goes up 33, but it's number 62. There's just a lot less gliders than the carts. So when you're looking at the carts, you're looking at it number 122, 135. Much different from looking at the gliders because there's a lot less gliders. So all of these are in the top 100 gliders. The ship's wheel went up 26 spots, number 52. Kind of looking around. This Yukata ribbon is number 19. If this gets in the top 10, I'm going to be losing some bet with somebody. I'm sure I'm going to have to dress up with a giant ribbon on my head because I really hate that glider. I'm sure Nintendo's just trolling me just by giving it up 8 spots. That's disgusting. Get that in my face. Anything you want to add to this, Juice?
No, I think it's again pretty fair to say. I mean, with these, I mean, there's just so many of them, so it's just you kind of have to focus on the ones that you have and you invest in and go from there.
These
and
all right here.
That...
Yeah, good point. These all right here. These are the initial wave that we're talking about. Like when I was saying, describing the turbine. These are the little ripples that are so far away. We're talking like number 100 on our list. So just know that these ripples are out there. We'll see which ripples.
Yeah, I mean, I would just pay attention to them.
Keep them on your radar, especially if you have them.
Absolutely.
If you have them and you see them in ranked, boom, pull the trigger. That's why this is here. Is you're looking at this list and you're like, oh yeah, I got the Black Cat Cruiser number 83. Okay, all right, what's in ranked next week? Okay, maybe I can feel a little better putting tickets on it because I'm seeing that ripple, and I'm hoping I can ride that wave.
Absolutely.
For All Cup ranking MVPs, this Magic Parasol, which we'll get next week, will have 12 tracks for All Cup ranking. Wow. That's massive. Now, of course, it's going to be, we're probably not going to have tickets, for most people. Let alone glider tickets for next week, but that is what it is. 5 Rosalina, Wario, Vampire, and then the Pumpkin Cart all have 10 tracks. I don't think anyone's going to be using that as their anchor to their All Cup ranking success, but it is what it is. I am looking forward, though, to this list. All these items with 9 tracks, with Vampire Flyer on that list. I'm excited about that. But then the other 2 items that are new this tour, the Red Crawley Carts and the Gold Pumpkin Cart, both at 9 as well. The brand new Vampire Wings, and then the Bowser Hanafuda with 9 tracks. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Let me just move this other one too. Good. And then for the drivers and gliders that have 8 tracks, we're talking about your boy Luigi Painter. You got Shy Guy Gold, which will be in the gold pipe there, and then Pauline Rose. We haven't talked about her yet today, really. She's got 8 tracks here. Then we got the brand new Golden Wings, the 8-Bit Star. Interesting, the 8-Bit Star. I might think about double uncapping that. I think it's in one of the ranked tracks. Interesting. And then the Tanuki Parafoil, 8 tracks as well. Anything stand out here for you, Geeves? Are you going to be going pretty heavy into All Cup ranking?
I'm going to try. I think I'm looking again. I'm seeing the 2 cards, the Crawley Cart and the Vampire Flyer. I also 8-Bit Star in a way because I have it at a higher level, but I see a lot of people have that already almost maxed out. So again, it's where it's that whole shuffle of the like that whole sandbox thing. What covers what? So, and the Hanafuda, okay, no one's gonna be doing any of that. So
it's a Bowser one too. It's not one necessarily that's saw a lot of action. I'd love to go for like a really nice top 10 badge for this with this Waluigi there. And I have a nice loadout, but man, I just don't have the time. It is such a cool badge, man. If I could just like magically have a new badge, it would be this one for sure. Well,
maybe we can talk to some people.
No, I don't. It would be nice, but I can just only dream at this point. So what we're going to talk about next is the multiple use ranked items. These are the items that are used in ranked 1 or more times. So Waluigi Vampire, no surprise here, used 3 times and no unlocking to be done there. Mario Santa, again, here's what I'm talking about, guys. This is like a prime example where they are whetting our appetite. They are saying, Nintendo wants us. It is brainwashing us to think that Mario Santa has value by putting it in ranked 3 times this tour. One of which is unlocked at level 3. But that's what they're doing. They're getting us hyped up so that when he's in a pipe in a month or 2, we're going to be salivating. We're going to think he's worth more than he really is. And then he's going to be put back on the shelf. And, the same thing's going to happen in the winter. We're going to start to see some, like, Springtime Crane get a lot of buffs in for whatever reason in January. And we're like, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden it'll be on pipe, month or two later. So this is the trend that I called out this summer, and it's happening, and it's blatant now. Look at it. Rosalina Halloween, obviously for good reason. She's got 3 tracks as well, one of which unlocks at level 3. Tanuki Rosalina, 3 as well, one of which unlocks at level 6. Got Berta Black, Mario SNES, Penguin Mario, Pinkle Peach, Peach Happy, and Penguin Luigi, all with 2 total ranked tracks this tour. For karts, we got Vampire Flyer, my boy, 3 total tracks this ranked, this tour. Silver King, your Silver King's got 2. Blue Birdo's got 2. Jingle Bells got 2 as well. Nothing unlocked at level 3 or level 6. Then you got the Carrot Cart. It's unlocked at. I wish I would have known that. The Vampire Flyer. I probably would have tickets. Put tickets. I think probably Head Honcho was where it was at. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Carrot Cart, 2 tracks, one of which is unlocked level 3. Comet Tail, same thing, and Rumby Runner as well. Your Rumby Runner, 2 total tracks for all 3 of those, with 1 and 1 at level 1 and level 3 unlock. Gold Pumpkin Cart has 2 tracks, one of which is unlocked at level 3. Level 6. And Red Crawly Cart, so good to keep track of that, one of which is locked at level 6, which we'll get to on the next slide. And then the Day Tripper, used twice as well, both unlock though. That one, I believe, that's a super, right? The Day Tripper. I think it's got the DK RT, which has a couple supers mixed in there. Mm-hmm. For the gliders, Vampire Wings is used 3 times. No unlocks there. Magic Parasol, it's got 1 track at level 1, 1 track at level 3, 1 track at level 6, for a total of 3 tracks. And then the Ship's Wheel, 2 tracks at level 1. Silver Surf Master, 2 tracks at level 1. Same with Luma Parafoil. Then we got Snow Crystals. I haven't heard much about the Snow Crystals here recently, but it's used twice, one of which is unlocked to level 3. Silver Star Shoot, our favorite glider there, used twice, 1 at level 1, 1 at level 3. Can't wait to use that. Jolly Bells used twice as well, 1 at level 1, 1 at level 6. And then the Gold Tanuki Parafoil used twice, once at level 1 and once at level 6. So let's find out where those are used. These are the ranked tracks that are unlocked that we just talked about. So Magic Parasol you get at level 6 on London Loop 3. We're not going to be able to use that because we get it next week. We can get it in a pack. But it's in this week's ranked. So what?
I want to see someone show me that they took it to level 6.
Oh my gosh. Why would... That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Anyway.
Someone DM me that level 6 screenshot of the Magic Parasol.
I will
give you a shout out.
Yeah. Oh, for next week? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Get a shout out from Geeves. Congratulations.
That's right.
SNES Rainbow Road T. Mario Combat level 3. Rosalina Halloween at level 3. You might already have her. This is one you probably have better options, but King Boo Gold, this is probably the one you're going to go with between him and I think Pinkle Peach. Those are probably going to be the 2 that you're going to be using. Mm-hmm. A lot of carts unlocked. So you got the Carrot Cart level 3, the Comet Tail level 3, the Trickster level 3. Then you got the Gold Pumpkin Cart, the brand new cart, level 6, and then the Day Tripper at level 6. You might be using the Day Tripper. Hopefully you have something else that's a little bit wider.
I've got Pink Dozer.
Pink Dozer. That's an awesome one. I think that's in next week's ranked as well. You got the Heart Balloons, the Magic Parasol, and the Lightning Oil Paper. The oil paper obviously being a super. All unlocked to level 3. Then you got the Jolly Bells at 6, and then the Oil Paper Umbrella at level 6 as well. So many options there. You should have at least a 666 for the SNES Rainbow Road T. If you don't, you might be more on the free-to-play side. Ghost Valley 1R, you got the Vampire Flyer at level 6. I wish I would have known this way. I double uncapped the Head Honcho, and then I took my Vampire Flyer to level 7, double uncapped, and I didn't need to uncap my Head Honcho. I use it begrudgingly, but I use it many times. So I was like, I might as well just pull the trigger. But now that I look at this, I wish I would have just waited and just watched the rundown. Guys, just watch the rundown. You won't make my mistakes. Exactly.
And smash the like button.
And smash it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I know there's people probably watching this premiere. Just take a second, take a time out, go ahead and push the like button. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
Gets in front of other people. Gold Tanuki Parafoil, level 6. It's unlocked. And then moving into next week's rank, this Pink Gold Peach Cup. We have a lot of options for DK Pass RT. We got Dry Bowser at level 3. Then Mario Santa at level 3 that we just talked about. Toad Party Time, level 3. For the carts, we got the Double Decker, the Ribbon Runner, and the Day Tripper, all unlocked at level 3. And then the Pink Dozer, that's what you were referring to, the Sunset Clouds, both unlocked at level 6. I like that Pink Dozer for sure. The Jump Boost, this is why I like it. I've kind of said it a couple times, but I really want to reiterate it. All the dozers have trick tracks. The thoughts are that the dozers are building things, and so they all have trick tracks. Well, of those dozers, the Pink Dozer has Jump Boost Plus. So Jump Boost plus trick tracks equal the one scenario where skill is going to matter. So it's worth you taking that to level 6 if you need to. Little unsolicited advice there for you. Dragon Wings at level 3 and Silver Star Shoot at level 3. That's definitely the way we'll be going. A lot of options there for DK Pass RT. And then we're looking into London Loop 3 RT, the exact opposite. Only the red Crawley cart at level 6 is going to be unlocked for that London Loop 3 RT. And then finally, Rosalina Ice World T. You're going to be using Pink Gold Peach. Don't even look at this Tanuki Rosalina. That's Fool's Gold. That's for sure. Yeah. Moving into the cards, we got Black Penguin Slider at level 3, the Romby Runner at level 3, and the Dreamy Egg at level 6. So some good options there that are unlocked. And then, as we referred to, the Snow Crystals at level 3, and then the New Year's 2021 Glider at level 6. That's an interesting choice there for the New Year's 2021. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Geeves? Any big moves here that you would, investments that you would make after learning this?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, I've seen some people make some moves on the Carrot Cart, even though it's kind of old. But it's been getting some love past 2 tours, so it might not hurt to put some couple tickets on that if you're in the, gold pass only non-whale type.
If you are not winning ranked right now and you have high-end cart tickets, just think about that Vampire Flyer. You can use it twice this week in ranked on 2 tracks that don't have great options, unless you have Head Honcho. So just putting that out there. Hopefully that gives you some way to move there. Geeves, you got through an episode of the rundown. It took us 2 hours, but we got through it. Congratulations. Well done. I give you an A+. All right. I really appreciate you jumping in, especially short notice, Geeves, but I thought you did a phenomenal job. If nothing else, just verbally patting me on the back and saying and agreeing with me. But no, Geeves, I thought you did a phenomenal job. I appreciate you joining us. I'd love to have others join. In case this is the last rundown that you do, anything you'd like to say to your fans?
Fans? No, I just want to, I'm glad to be here. I was just lucky I had the time to be here, and I think these are really, like, if you're really into the game and really want to know strategy, this is some really, really good information. So if you're a whale, it's useful. If you're just a gold pass guy, it's useful, even if free to play. Again, looking into being a member, I mean, there's some really cool, really good people there that can help you out. But again, thanks for having me. And again, I'm not Tabor, and but I'm glad Tabor is in a good place. And like I said, he's always he'll always have a seat at the table.
For sure. And thank you again, Tabor, for everything you've done. Thank you, Geeves, for stepping in. And may the frenzy luck be with you guys. We'll see you in Kart Talk.
See you guys.